the Highlight Zone with WANE 15 Sports Director Glenn Marini. Local sports coverage you can count on.
Yeah, man, we're excited, going out and playing a great team like this. You can't beat it, especially under the Friday night lights.
Going into a hostile environment like that, Leo's got an amazing home atmosphere.
We think it's a really good opportunity. You don't get that opportunity much in football or in life.
It was a great game in week 5, and it's going to be another great game. I know the town of Kindleville, I think the last person out of town is supposed to turn the lights off tomorrow night.
I think our guys understand how lucky and fortunate they are to play in games like this. You can't ask for much more.
It is the day after Halloween, and tonight's no tricks, all treats. Sectional semifinals. It's pretty easy. You win tonight, you play for a title next Friday, and it's one of the biggest and best nights of the year with all classifications finally in action. We got highlights of every single game featuring a team from the 260, and we start with Josh Ayan and your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Josh.
Well, Glenn, without a doubt, it is the best rivalry in the NE8s, and this season it's going to get a second go-round. Now, back in week number 5, East Noble edging Leo 35-29 in an instant classic. Now, this week the Knights are looking for a repeat, the Lions looking for redemption. East Noble at Leo. It is your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Now, Leo was coming in ranked number 10 in the state in the 4A poll. East Noble ranked number 2. And hey, diddle diddle, how about a night for Mr. Riley Biddle? The junior capping off East Noble's opening drive with that touchdown. And East Noble off to a quick start, 7-0 after 1. And that is definitely not Jason Dorfler's happy face. Now in the second quarter, East Noble knocking again, but Brock shot slamming the door shut. The Miami Hurricanes commit with that sack to help stall that drive and certainly making Landon Livingston, a former Leo Lion, pretty happy. Now later on the second, it is some QB on QB crime here. Riley Biddle picking off Grayson Esquera. That keeps the game 7-0. East Noble heading into quarter number 3, and East Noble chewing up 7 minutes on their first drive of the third quarter. They lead 14-0 after that Biddle touchdown. At this point, Leo looking for anything to cheer about in the fourth quarter. That's not going to happen right here. It is Biddle hooking up with Mason Trish for a 24-yard touchdown. 21-0 East Noble in front, and the Knights turning out the lights on defense. No points for this Leo offense. In fact, East Noble's defense nicknamed the dark side, and the force was strong with this unit. 3 interceptions, as we mentioned, a shutout, and East Noble is moving on to the sectional title game with a 21-0 win.
That loss last year was in our mind for the past 365 plus days, and we knew what we had to do come Friday night tonight, and that's exactly what we did. It was a whole team effort.
We've been locking out all week. No, this is a good team. We came to play. Yeah, so last year we came with a sorry loss. We didn't play good, and it meant a lot to us.
We are going to enjoy the win tonight. This is a big win for our program, but tomorrow morning we're right back to work, and we're going to watch film, and we're going to start the process over again. Each week you're trying to go 1-0, and it doesn't change next week.
Leo ends their season with an 8-3 record, while East Noble advances to the sectional title game to face the winner of Bishop Dwenger at WANE. Glenn, it's all you.
Okay, as for that Saints and Generals matchup, despite both being in the SAC, they actually didn't play in the regular season, both though with big wins last week. And in the first quarter, it's Dwenger doing it on the ground. That's A.J. Shefferly, first of his 2 touchdowns on the game as the Saints up 7-0. Second quarter, it's the Saints defense making noise. Brady O'Keefe with the interception, and that would stall that WANE drive. Then it's everybody's favorite game show on the Highlight Zone. Name that Tippman. How about Gus? Yeah, Gus Tippman. 24 carries, 117 yards, and that touchdown, it made it 15-0. Now, Harold Mack had been thrust into the quarterback position midway through the season. Not ideal for WANE. He's got some athleticism. He gets the touchdown here, but that's WANE's only TD of the game as Dwenger wins 25-6. So we got East Noble at Dwenger next Friday night. 4A Sectional 20, Huntington North hosting Marion, a win by the Vikings, and they'd be just a win away from their first sectional title game since 1993. First quarter, Marion's Logan Barnes with the interception, and that would keep it scoreless. Maybe, just maybe, the Giants were going to give the Vikings a game, but After that, it's all Vikings. Tatum Brooks from Tony Decker. Decker, 18-26 for 253 yards and a couple TDs. Oh yeah, he rushed for 3 touchdowns as well. Then it's Wyatt Shearer with the touchdown. Huntington North rolls into the sectional championship game 45-6. They will hit the road to face Lebanon next Friday night. In 5A, Warsaw ranked 10th in the state. The Tigers hosting a Goshen team. They actually beat 56-7 in week 3, and they got to work early. Less than 2 minutes in, that's Brody Duncan with a 70-yard touchdown. 7-zip Tigers. Then Bart Curtis's wishbone offense. So hard to defend, especially when you got moves like Tucker Reed. Reed goes 30 yards to the house, and Warsaw up 14-zip midway through the first. We're still in the first quarter, and we're still running the football. And we're still scoring. Quentin Brock for the Tigers, 42 yards on this scamper. It was 21-zip Warsaw, and Warsaw rolls 52-7 over the Red Hawks. Norfolk 5A, Northside at Chambers Field, the 5-4 Legends hosting an unbeaten Concord team ranked number 1 in the state. And Concord, well, we found out they're ranked number 1 for a reason. Bo Brunner, the quarterback, keeping it 48 yards to the house, and Concord up 7-zip in the first, and they were not done. The guys in the green and white getting it done on the ground. It's Brunner again. This one just an 8-yard touchdown, but Concord stakes itself to a 14-zip lead. Second quarter, you're going to see Concord doing it on defense. It was already 17-zip when Derek Gomez with an interception. And Northside falls in this one 38-21, so we've got Warsaw at Concord. That should be a good one next Friday night for a sectional championship. 6A, Snyder with a tough task on the road as the reigning 5A state champs at Elkhart with the Lions 8-1 on the regular season. Second quarter, 7-all. Snyder looking to move the ball down the field, but Elkhart's Brennan Wicker with the interception. And this was a 7-all ball game at the half. Third quarter, Aaron Vance looking and finding Trevor Jarvis, and Jarvis is my co-pilot. It's a touchdown, 14-7, Snyder in the lead, and points were hard to come by in this one with 2 good defenses. You're going to see Snyder's D stepping up here. Braylon Shaw, number 31, coming up with the interception, and folks, Snyder goes to Elkhart and beats the Lions 14-7. Other side of that 6A bracket, Carroll versus Northrop. The Chargers beat the Bruins 52-0 back in week 8. First possession, Jimmy Sullivan. You know what? He's got a hurt hand, but that's on the non-throwing hand. Mason Boffman on the touchdown reception, and Carroll up 7-zip quickly. Carroll's defense pretty good as well. Sam Freisinger coming up with a sack here on the Northrop QB, and that would force a punt. And on the ensuing drive, Carroll knows what to do with the football. Let's get the ball to Will Jeffries. Check out the second effort here from Jeffries as he does get into the end zone. Carroll rolls 48-18. So Snyder at Carroll next week. That will be your Highlight Zone game of the week. 6A Sectional 4, Homestead facing a Hamilton Southeastern team ranked 8th in the state in 6A. You saw Ben Skronik, the old Homestead grad, at this one. First quarter, Hugo Belmont boots it through, and it's a 3-zip Royals lead. Homestead played pretty well in this one. Michael White, the junior QB, the lefty, airing it out to his man, Carter Kennedy. That's a first down, but the drive would end in a missed field goal, so still a 3-zip ball game. Later, the Royals, Azaria Wallace finds the end zone for the touchdown. Homestead played well, but they fall in this one 20-14, so the Spartans end the season 5-5. That is going to do it for the biggest classes in our area, but when it comes to making a run to Lucas Oil Stadium, a lot of our local teams with the best chance to make it to Indy, they're the smaller classifications. It includes 2A, where Adams Central was at home against NECC Small Division champ Churubusco, and in 3A, we're going to head out to Death Valley as Garrett trying to keep its undefeated season alive against a solid Tippecanoe Valley squad. We'll also check out Fairfield at West Noble, Lures at Jade County, and a whole bunch of 1A football as well. It's all coming your way next on The Zone.
We are the Huntsville Vikings. You're watching the Highlight Zone. Don't go anywhere.
We're the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings. Our cheerleaders are going to state. Welcome back to the Highlight Zone.
Hey, there is no doubt about it. Death Valley is a tough place to play. Counting this fall, Steve Moriarty's Vikings have won 7 or more games 6 years in a row. And for Garrett, the only streak they were really worried about, though, was their own winning streak, as the Railroaders a perfect 10-0 heading into the 3A sectional semifinals. The Big Train undefeated, rolling into Tippe Valley. The Vikes hang at 51 on Woodland last week, but this was Garrett's week. Cam Rubel. Rubel can rumble. We've seen it all season long. The short rushing touchdown made a 14-zip Garrett in the first quarter. Now, Tippe Valley, as I mentioned, they're used to having success. They put up W's, and Wes Parker with a man's run here. He goes all the way down the sideline to the house, and that gets Tippe Valley on the board. However, Vikings down 14-7 in the first. Garrett would add another early touchdown. It's Rubel slamming his way over and around the defense for a touchdown, 22-7 Garrett. And then in the second quarter, Garrett going to the air, Calder Hefty. Dual threat QB, one of the best in the area at this, finding Levi Chaney for a score, and that undefeated streak continues to roll on for the Big Train, 42-13 as the Railroaders take it. Other half of the sectional 26 bracket, 9-1 West Noble hosting a Fairfield team looking for its 4th win in a row. First quarter, they hand the ball to Seth Pruitt, and Pruitt can do it. He's been doing it for multiple years now. 7-0 West Noble out to an early lead, and there was more where that came from. Second quarter now 14-zip. Better make it 21-zip. Xavier Yates in for the touchdown, and the Chargers taking control early. It's going to be Mr. Pruitt again on the short TD, and West Noble wins 56-22 to set up a huge game next week in the 3A sectional finals. Garrett at West Noble. 3A sectional 28, Bishop Lures making the trip down to Jay County, and so did the highlight zone. Why not? Any chance you get to Portland. First quarter, Jacob Felger gets the touchdown, and Kyle Lindsay's Knights up 7-zip. A little later, you saw them go to the ground. How about going to the air? Jace White has been showing off the arm the last couple of weeks. He finds Evan Wilkins, who high points that football. That's a great reception as the Knights matriculate the football down the field. Second quarter action now. They hand the ball to D. Hogue, and D finds the end zone. Lures wins 41-8. They will host Mississinawa next Friday night. Into a couple of conference champs at the landing strip, ACAC champ Adams Central hosting a Busco team that won the NECC small division title. First quarter action on the Jets one, Matt Heiser. He's been doing it all year long, and it's 7-0 AC. More on him in just a minute. Second quarter, Aaron Hershey into the end zone. That's a 4-yard touchdown, and Adams Central now up 14-zip. Later in the second, the Jets go into the air. Jamison Roach, the sophomore QB, hook it up with Braylon Reber from 15 yards out. And Adams Central simply rolling. You're going to see Heiser with a touchdown. He had 17 carries, a $131, and 3 TDs. Adams Central wins 35-8. As for who the Jets are going to face next, we got Eastside of Prairie Heights as the Blazers beat the Panthers 26-13 in Week 6. When we have a repeat, well, the first score coming from Joe Richmond, the young QB, with a touchdown as Eastside led 7-zip. But this Prairie Heights team has got some more talent than we've seen from the Heights in years past. It's Mac Armstrong doing what he does. They would go for 2 after the touchdown, and Prairie Heights led this 8-7 after that score. But Eastside, Joe Richmond, doing what he does, he's in, and Eastside wins 41-26, so Eastside is going to host Adams Central next Friday night. In 1A, South Adams has scored 50-plus each of the last 2 games. Could they be slowed down by the Tri-Titans, who came in 7-3? Well, in the second quarter, this is Tri's Isaiah DeWitt for the touchdown. And check this out. South Adams was down 32-7 at the half. Game over, right? Oh, not for Graham Mosier's bunch. Third quarter, Titus Lehman to Caden Neuenschwander for the touchdown. After the 2-point conversion, it's now just a 32-29 game. Guess what? No give up in South Adams. Again, 32-29 here. Neuenschwander from Lehman. This is an 80-yard touchdown to give South Adams the lead. Remember, they were down 32-7. They scored 36 unanswered in this one as South Adams comes back to win 43-32. They're going to travel to Madison Grant next week. 1A Sectional 43, Fremont having its best season since 2012. The Eagles trying to take down 8-2 North Miami. It wouldn't be easy. This is North Miami, the Warriors. Ryan Meredith as the offensive line parting the seas. 7-0 North Miami in the first. But in the second quarter, Fremont would tie this ball game up. Jared Laughlin to Colton Armstrong on the pitch. Kids, he's only a freshman. We're going to see lots more of him in the future. Again, game tied 7-all after that. But Hartley Hoover would find his way in, and North Miami gets the score and the win, 35-7, Warriors over Eagles. Final stop, Southern Wells looking for its first win of the season. A big ask against 7-3 Triton on the road. First quarter action. Vincent Prater with a touchdown for the Trojans, and it's 7-0 Triton. Later, South Adams has the football. They're trying to move it down the field. You know, it's just not your night when guys are making one-handed interceptions like that. Southern Wells falls 61-6, so we got Triton at North Miami next Friday night. Stay tuned. Comets and your gem of the night next on The Zone.
Are you ready?
We're the Adams Central Jets.
We're flying high tonight.
Stay tuned for more highlights.
The Highlight Zone, brought to you exclusively by Peter Franklin Jewelers. Get in the zone.
We're the Jay County Patriots, and welcome back to the Highlight Zone.
If you're a football fan, it is a requirement. You gotta love a big man touchdown. Last Friday, it was Jay County's Austin Shaneline